Hey YouTube, it's Jamie, smoking in my car. Well, I'm actually in my carport, smoking in my carport. I think it's the day before Christmas or day before Christmas Eve. It might be the 23rd today. I got the next few days off. I'm smoking my basket pipe. It's a La Roca. Just nice little pipe. It was inexpensive. In it, I'm smoking Bob's Chocolate Flake, Gowith Hogarth. Bob's Chocolate Flake. It's pretty good. A friend of mine gave it to me because he didn't like it. He said it was hot, not very tasty, and he was having a hard time with it. It was getting bitey. And I could see that. So I decided to take it really slow. I completely rubbed it out. This is Bob's Chocolate Flake from Gowith Hogarth. I completely rubbed it out. I let it sit for about 10 minutes and packed it rather loosely, except for the top little bit. On the top, I put a nice kind of, I plugged that in pretty good. But underneath that's rather loose, so I can get some air through it. Took the flame a little with some difficulty. It took the flame. It took maybe twice as long as it takes to light some other blends. But once it did, you could see it's burning nicely. I'm having to take it slow with this. I'm getting more of the flavor out of the retrohale than I was just out of sipping. Although the sipping's nice too. Now, apparently this has some sort of cocoa casing or some sort of chocolate topping, or may even have vanilla in it. And it's, I kind of taste that, yeah. It's very faint though, very light. There seems to be some nice Virginia and Burley leaf. I would almost wonder if most of that chocolatiness is coming from the Burley, which, Burley tends to have an inherent chocolatiness. It's a good smoke though if you take it slow. Pack it loosely, take it slow, give it some dry time, completely rub it out. Bob's Chocolate Flake. I can't wait to tell my friend that I tried it and enjoyed it. I think a lot of tobaccos, a lot of different blends, they just have sort of an initiatory period, where you have to sort of initiate yourself to that particular tobacco. I found that to be the case with Samuel Gowith blends as well. There's some difficulty, there's some technique involved. But I'm enjoying this. Just sips, some retrohaling. Keeping a tidy bowl. I usually take my tool, give it a little cleanup, knock some of the edges down, because a lot of the times you just smoke down through the center of the bowl and you have the whole edges, circular edges. So clearly if you have a check tool or something, you can knock those down to the level of the ash bed and smoke it a little more evenly. But it takes some bowl keeping, you know, and I don't mind, you know, I like to keep a tidy bowl anyway, so, you know, I like fussing around with the tobacco in the pipe. But reading a good book right now. I'll show you. The Lost Pillars of Enoch, When Science and Religion Were One, by Tobias Churton. It was written recently. Here, I'll tell you basically what it says. Well, I don't want to read this whole thing, but it's basically hearkening back to a legend about antediluvian knowledge being maintained, basically, in the form of these pillars, usually one of brick and one of stone, sometimes one of stone and one of brass, and they were made to withstand the inundations of water and the conflagrations of fire. So the collective knowledge of mankind was inscribed upon, legendarily inscribed upon these antediluvian pillars. Antediluvian meaning before the flood. So this is before, you know how every civilization has a flood myth, which points to a time of advanced human civilization before the deluge. And a lot of cultures believe in successive ages, actually. That mankind has gotten up to a certain point of high civilization several times, only to be knocked down by some sort of global catastrophe. Like, for instance, around 11,000 years ago, 12,000 years ago, ostensibly, and I kind of believe this, there was a comet impact on the Laurentide ice shelf, maybe the Wisconsin ice shelf, but one of those ones that's over Canada. A comet hit that, decimated the glacier, and basically melted it so rapidly that there was a 400-foot rise in sea level over the course of maybe 2 weeks. Which, you know, obviously was catastrophic for the civilizations before that, you know. And that's why maybe we have places like Pumapunku, which is clearly a lot older than that, the Giza Plateau and some other anomalous temple structures and things, megalithic structures in Egypt, in the Near East, in Turkey, like Göbekli Tepe. Anyway, it's an interesting hypothesis, you know, that mankind, antediluvian mankind, were able to consolidate the apex of knowledge and technology at that time, and then hold on to it and transmit it through structures and things that could withstand the inundations and conflagrations. Anyway, Merry Christmas, or whatever it is you do. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. I do Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays.